All done. Not too bad. Why is it in the last 2 years I got double the whites in my beard? I guess it's called getting older. As soon as you become a dad, you start having gray hair. Oh, well, I'm all ready for leg day now. This will be for another day. So we are 16 weeks out from the Fitlaw Classic where I want to do my guest posing. So usually when I do a show, I start my cutting diet at 16 weeks out. And even usually I always do this 17 weeks because the first week is like, you get adjusted. I make some mistakes a little bit. Oh, I forgot to buy this thing. And so I compensate for something else I have at home, which is not the end of the world. But in prep, you want to be on the ball, the same every day. But now it's like I'm not doing that for a competition. So in the comments, do I do another 4 weeks of bulking or do I go straight into like a small cut to get adjusted and then ramp things up at 10 weeks out? Like, what do I do? That's the question, right? And honestly, I didn't gain a lot of pounds with this bulk, which is good because at my age, like I said, you can't, being over 300 pounds is like, it's the heavier you are, the harder it is on the body. Even if it's muscle weight. Of course, muscle weight is more healthy. It's not as bad as like being 350 of fat, but being 350 of muscle, your heart is working really hard, you know? Not as hard as it's working as hard as a guy who's 350 of fat, but the 350 of fat, his heart is weaker. I got a strong heart, but I'm like 305 right now. And honestly, I think I kind of like leaned out and stay around the 300 pound mark, but leaned out and my body composition changed. So I could go for a cut now. And I never started a cut in shape and big like I am right now. I would always start like deflated, from a health phase, but not this time. So it'd be interesting. So should I keep going another 4 weeks and then cut down or start the cut right now? I'm going to have to change the title of the video from that bulk winter arc to that cut spring arc or something. It's still winter though. So maybe I'll have to start the dat cut soon. But we're still in the dat bulk today. And on the menu is some legs. And I'm going to show you mostly, I think, the squatting. My squat setup, I like the squat setup lately. My knee is a little bit buggy on the right. Woke up like that today, happens. But I'll warm up for a while and hopefully it's good. And then get it on. Get it on. Here we are, just warmed up on the turf. First exercise, leg extension. I do sets of 8 going up, and I usually end up with the stack when my knee's good. Don't go to failure, just get a slight pump, warm up the knee, and usually I go straight to the squat. So I'm gonna see how I feel, and then either do a leg press or a squat. Pretty good so far. I'm gonna add a little bit more weight. First, I like these ones here because it mimics like a monolift, so you don't have to step back. So if you have a lot of weight, stepping back is kind of annoying, right? So you do this, you just gotta go up, and then the hooks, I'll show you, like, look, go up. And then it just goes down, goes forward, so you guys go down. So that was the first thing, and then the safeties, in case I die, can catch me. But now, I feel the knee a little bit, but that's an easy fix if you do reverse band. So I'm gonna find some band, and then I'm gonna tie them up there. So when I go down, it pulls off some tension and some weight. To find out how much weight is removed, well, wherever the bar floats, that's like at 0 pounds. So let's say it takes 60 pounds to bring on the bar to bring the bar down to the safeties. It means at the bottom it's 60 pounds less. So let's do that. Tu veux prendre la plateforme? 25 aside. The bar is 60 pounds. So that's 110 removed at the bottom. Quite a lot. So that should feel pretty good in the knees at the bottom. And then as you go up, it's going to be heavier and heavier. So the reason why I use this bar here, when I have a normal bar, I'm kind of stuck here. So this one is actually lower and wider, which is way more comfortable if you're bigger, have stiff shoulders. So that's why. So the set felt good. Still felt it a little bit in the knees. It does remove 110 pounds at the bottom. So 3 plates should be like 225. So it's pretty cool. Pretty good. It's weird because I feel my knee more during like walking in the setup than in the actual movement. So I think we're good to go a little bit heavier, but we're not gonna go too crazy. Just enough. Felt pretty good. And the cool thing with the squats is that for me, I don't do them for the quads. I do them for the whole leg because I feel my glutes working a lot on it, which is what I want. If you look at my side shots, I need more glutes, not more quads. So, and I feel like the fact that my glutes are getting stronger. I went back and did the legs with Morgan. I did the pendulum squat. I did more weight than I've ever done on it for most of my reps. So, I mean, in years. Of course, when I was 20, it's not the same thing, but so, and I think with the squats, it's like, the most important thing I think is just to do them. You don't need to go crazy on them, like extreme weight or crazy drop sets. If you don't, you can do that for the other stuff in the workout. But I think there's really benefits into doing squats when you do legs, because for years I didn't do them, and I always felt like I was weaker on the legs than I was supposed to. Like my legs were big, but I wasn't feeling strong. I was feeling like there was an imbalance there, and I think the squats are correcting that. So let's keep going. Ooh. I think we're good. We'll do more next time. Okay, so just did the leg press. And what I did is pretty cool. I did sets of 20. Started with 4 plates aside. Oh, it was easy. Then put 7. Oh, I felt it. Then I put 9. Okay, it's getting a little bit hard. Then I put the full stack, 11 plates aside. And I told myself if I can't do it, I'll just take a 10-second pause and then keep going until I get 20, right? But at 15, I said, all right, let's switch it on. And I just did 5 back to back. So I did 20 nonstop. So what happens often is like, I'll tell myself, okay, just do this. But as soon as I'm about to cross that finish line, my brain says, no, you can do more. You can do better. And I just push myself like that. It's kind of automatic, because I've done it for so long. It's like that little voice inside your head that says, don't be a little bitch. Don't be a pussy. Yeah. And then after I did hip thrust, I didn't film it, but it's right here. Did that. 3 sets of 12. It's pretty hard after all everything I've done. And now, do a little bit of hamstring. Usually I do only do one movement because I do the the deadlifts like in 2 days or something. So I leave some in the tank for that. And the only reason why I don't do as much, let's say like exercises and sets for legs, is because I have a theory that your strongest body part will prioritize recovery in your body. So let's say my legs are my strong point. Always been. I was always bottom heavy and my upper body was my weak point. Well, if I train legs to the max, like past failure, and I'm really beat up, I feel like recovery point that could have went into my upper body, my body with my genetics will make my strong point recover first, because that's why they're a strong point. Because obviously my body thinks that I need those to survive more than my upper body or something. So people with like giant backs and giant chests, maybe they don't need to go extremely past failure on those, especially if you have like small shoulders or small arms. You need to leave some recovery points for your weak body parts. But honestly, that's just something I started doing on and off in the last 2 years. Like in prep, usually I train legs pretty hard, but like off season, when I want my other body parts to grow more, and I want to be, the thing is, if you train your legs until you die, I mean, your workouts, the next 2 days, your workouts will suffer a little bit, at least for me. Maybe our definition of like pushing ourselves to our limits is different for some people, but for me, it's like, I want to do deadlifts in 2 days. So, but during prep, everything working so well, you can train hard every day and it feels good. But right now, pump is awesome. Didn't have any pain really. So let's finish it off, and dead, and dead, dead, and dead. And then go home, and then dead. I'm drop. So I'm actually recording this the day after legs. I was pretty messed up with that leg there for some reason. I think the heavy squat and all this stuff and that leg press hit my vagus nerve pretty hard and that was all messed up. So I'm doing this video, the rest of it, the day after. Pretty much after the leg press, I did some leg curls. And I like this angle on this machine there because, I don't know, it just feels different. You get a really good stretch at the bottom. That was good. And after that, hit some calves. And for calves, I actually did maybe 5 sets. And the last 4 were kind of the failure because with the whole stack, if you have a good stretch on any machine, you can reach failure pretty quick on calves. I train them just once a week right now. I think in the off season when your calves are like they're not a weak point, I think that's plenty, and I kind of ramp it up when it's a contest prep. I think I like to do is I do calves every 2 days, and the other day that I don't do calves, I actually do abs. So, and today actually I started doing my cardio because, like I said earlier in the video, we're 16 weeks out from the Fitla Classic, which is May 10th. So I'm gonna start getting in the habit of doing 30 minutes of cardio every day, and it's just walking on the treadmill. But I got this really cool, like, is it called cross runner? Is the Panada one, where the treadmill doesn't actually go by itself. You have to walk and make it go forward. There's another company that makes it the Assault treadmill or something. Anyway, it's really good. You can actually create some tension and push like a mini sled kind of thing. So I like that. So I'm gonna do 30 minutes of that, and my heart rate was like average of 110, 111. So that's pretty good. But also, it means that usually for 30 minutes of walking, my heart rate wouldn't be that high. But I did do some intervals in there. So I'll be able to see a good progression on my cardiovascular ability in the next few weeks. But yeah, but overall, the progress I've made in the last, day, whatever it is right now. I think it's been a month. Yeah, a month of bulk. I did some really good improvement, I find. I didn't gain too much weight. I think I was like 295 or something in the morning, when I started and like fasted. And now I'm like a little bit over 300. So a few pounds, not too much. And the thing is, when you've been bodybuilding for like over 20 years, gaining like 5 pounds when you're already been just a good amount of size for a long time is good progress. So I think I'm going to I'll let you guys decide, but I might do another 2 weeks of bulking and then start cutting down the calories, cleaning the stuff up to get in shape for the FitLog Classic guest posing. And I have to choose what I'm going to do for the guest posing also. So right now, some of you guys actually commented on my other video. And I like the idea of maybe Conan the Barbarian. That's kind of cool. Or just a barbarian in general. And the other one, I forgot what it was. Somebody said Doom Guy, but not everybody knows Doom Guy, But I thought about maybe I did Thor back in Denmark, as I guest posed in Denmark before. And that was cool. So I could bring back the Marvel Thor with the hammer, but I would have to buy the hammer and the helmet again, the replica. So I'm gonna have to spend some money on that. But we shall see. My wife wants me to do John Cena because apparently she had a crush on John Cena. So what do? I just like let the music play and then just have the stage empty? That's like the prank. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And more videos to come. I'm glad you guys are liking these. I've been doing some coaching and custom programs. So let's take a look in the description. I'm back on doing those because, when you have a child, you kind of want to do a little bit extra. The dads out there know what I mean. So get some extra cash and at the same time doing it the right way, legit, and also by helping people. So I think coaching service and the custom programs are great because a lot of you guys probably want to try all this training stuff I've been doing. But, with a twist for customized for you, obviously. But most of all, thanks for supporting me. If you want to support, check out the few items in the YouTube store below there. I'm going to come out with another Pump is Secure shirt. I'm going to come out with some, I want to talk about that. I know you guys have been asking like where I got that shirt in the video that I just wore, that I'm wearing. I've seen you guys mention that a lot. It's like a lot of the comments are just about that shirt. I don't know, but I found a long sleeve that's similar and I ordered some and I'm going to customize it, change it a little bit, and I'm going to sell it on my website. So stay tuned for that. That's pretty cool. I really like the shirt. I'll show it to you once it's done. But for now, I think it's time for you to go to the gym if you haven't, because the pump is a cure. And in French, la pompe est le remède. It doesn't work as well in French. La pompe est le remède. La pompe est le remède. The pump is the cure. There you go.